to Hearthstone. Today we're going to play a bit more ranked play, and we're going to play some C'Thun Druid. You don't see that many C'Thun decks around nowadays. I don't know if it's gone out of fashion or people just think it's bad, but I still think he's a good card. Maybe people just got a bit bored of it, but I've been having some fun with this deck so far. So yeah, I thought I might as well record some games, play it a little bit. Now, the kind of trouble with C'Thun decks, it does kind of rely on you drawing that one card out of 30 sometimes to actually win a match, which can be frustrating, but I have won matches without ever drawing C'Thun because the C'Thun minions are just a super good value. Obviously you've got all the standard ones, the Beckoner, Disciple, Twilight, the Chosen, the Druid specific one where you can get a 4/10 for 4 cost, which is kind of insanely valuable, you know. And then you've got the old favourites from Druid, like the Maya Keeper, Swipe, Druid of the Claw, and then we've got the Dark Aragoa, I believe it is, which is a fairly good value 6-drop as well. And we've got the Ever Faithful Doomcaller, just in case one C'Thun was not good enough for you. Yeah, it's a very rampy deck, so you've got 2 Wild Growth, 2 Innovates. The idea is to kind of get your mana up above your opponents and just, you know, outpunch them basically. So let's jump in, let's see what we can do. I've been kind of thinking about designing some new decks. I'm kind of interested in perhaps doing something based around the Inspire mechanic. It's something which never really took off that much, but I think it could be. This is pretty good. Hello C'Thun. It's not actually a terrible draw to get him in your opening hand because he's there, you know. Obviously it does give you a bit of a disadvantage if you're playing against a very aggressive deck. So we'll see what happens basically. But yeah, as I was saying, I have been kind of playing around trying to look at some different decks. We may see them soon enough. I don't think they'd be necessarily good decks, but you know, it's fun, isn't it? You know, just playing around. And I think the Inspire mechanic was something which was a little bit, I don't know, never really took off, did it? You know, there are some cards which work fairly well, but ultimately, you know, it never really worked out that well. Okay, so he's now going to figure out what kind of deck we are. I think we can afford to just kill that totem. Shaman now. They kind of, I guess, you have to be careful sometimes leaving totems around. It used to be in the past you could do it, but there's kind of things like Totemic Might and all this sort of thing, especially a Wrath of the Air totem with Spirit Claws is, you know, super, can be super powerful. So I guess he didn't have Spirit Claws because he would have definitely played it then, but I didn't want him to draw it and then get that one out. Okay, this is where Wrath, I guess, comes in. And then we'll ping these 2 against him. And we'll keep hitting his face. Now we have 2. Question is now, do we innovate to get out the C'Thun's Chosen? You know what? I'm going to push him. I'm really going to push. I think that's something about this deck that I'm kind of learning is you have to kind of push a little bit. You have to get your C'Thun up to 10 as much as possible so your Claxies are going to be useful. And you know, you have to kind of scare your opponent a little bit. I was playing a match recently with it, and you know, I don't think my opponent played a minion for about the first 6 turns. He was just using removal to try and get rid of the minions I was laying down, because they can be a pain in the butt. But weaknesses with this deck. As I said, I think if I played against a super aggro deck, there's not really that much removal. We obviously got some Wrath, but you know, there's not the kind of board clear removal that you would necessarily see in some other decks, or there's not the kind of super fast aggro that you do see as well. My opponent here, has he decided to just do a runner, perhaps? That would be a shame. But I think he's in a difficult position here, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe... Oh, he got Barnes out. Maybe he had an issue like I had the other day where... not terrible for him. I think a swipe's as good as anything to use here, to be honest with you. Just keep putting that damage on him. Now, I mean, you know, we got a 13 C'Thun. That's not bad. If we got an Innovate and we got a Bran, that would be pretty awesome. I'm okay with that. Didn't get anything. He must be pretty annoyed at that. Again, I'm fine with that. What's he doing now? Oh wow, he's going to be overloaded to all hell, isn't he? Okay. Well, we got the Bran, so I think I hear about attack. And then we'll draw a card with the Wrath. Okay, bit of swipe, bit of swipey swipe. Could get him down low, I guess, with the swipe, but we'll see what happens. Well, that's what happened. That was a turn 6 victory. Let's jump in again. I think maybe, like, as I say, I haven't seen that many C'Thun Druids. I've seen a couple, but it's fairly rare, so sometimes it works well to play a rare deck because people are a bit like, oh god, I don't know how to do this, you know, they kind of remember that mid-range Shaman or that Freeze Mage or, you know, that anything Paladin, and then all of a sudden you get something different and you're like, ugh. Okay, I think we're going to keep C'Thun's Chosen and then try and draw some lower. Yeah, this could be worse. Could be worse. The Bran is an interesting one though. I never know whether to maybe keep him for C'Thun and try and get that, like, combo, or to use him early to try and boost something, so maybe, you know, drop him and then C'Thun's Chosen afterwards to try and get a 4+4+4, or even with the Disciple, you know, you can do 4 damage, plus you can give your C'Thun +4+4, which immediately gets him to 10, so that one I guess you just get with Hello C'Thun. Now we haven't got an exactly stellar start here, so this probably is a Zoolock, so it definitely is, isn't it? You know, it could be a little bit slow here, but we'll see. We can survive till late game, we might be okay. I say the C'Thun minions are... Well, this guy's got a good start, hasn't he? Although, I mean, to be fair, when you play this type of deck, everything's a good start. Okay, that's not bad. We'll get rid of the imp. Next turn we can play the Disciple again. Is he just going to go face, or is he going to trade here, I wonder? Let's see. Oh. Okay, interesting. He's going to trade. So he's going to go face. Okay. So we just have to try and slow him down a little bit, I guess. Get to turn 6, that's a pretty hefty one for him to deal with. He probably will have, like, maybe one removal, but he might struggle a bit later. Okay, he's just going. Oh, he traded, okay. Gotta get to. Ah, okay, so. As I say, we've got a little bit of taunting here. I think we've got 3, possibly 4 taunters. So, we'll see, I guess. He's stretching for something. We can just slow him down though. I think once we get to high levels we should be okay. But I mean 14 health is not a lot. Blood Imp, I love a Blood Imp. It's one of my favourite cards. It's fine. At least we know he's used that. Okay, I think we're going to go with the dark. Unless we... Nah, we'll go with the dark. See what he's got. Then we go to turn 7. The worry is here, if he manages to remove that straight out, then we could be in trouble. If he doesn't, then we might be able to survive a little bit. He's tapped again, okay. Did he get what he needed, I wonder? Even a Shadow Bolt isn't really that useful to him right now. 7 health's pretty useful. Siphon Soul, he doesn't have enough mana for. He's got a Juggler. He's going to Power Overwhelm something again. Okay. Still doesn't have enough to kill it though, does he? Oh, wow, that's a shot, isn't it? Oh wow, look at this. Well, he's used both his Power Overwhelmings. Quite frankly, it may have been a better option to chuck down a Wrath and then maybe like a Maya Keeper or something like that, but I just kind of wanted to imagine his face when I dropped down a 3rd taunt in a row. Just for him to be like, oh, for God's sake. Okay. What else has he got? What's C'Thun up to? 16, okay. He's having a good old think about this one, isn't he? Okay. That's not good. That's actually an exceptionally good card. You know what? I might take the risk. I'm taking the risk there of playing Bran and the hope that he cannot kill it. He has 3 on the board. He would need to do 1 more damage. Okay, that's not a great card to have. That's also a terrible card as well. I think that would be considered quite lucky. If we can survive 1 more turn, I think we could take him with a Wrath, but I guess we'll have to see. I think we're going to go... we're going to go and Wrath. Now, what's the question is... we've got to kill this thing, haven't we? What's it got? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're dead. 1 out. And I swear I would have won with C'Thun. That's unfortunate. 2, 4, 6. Yeah. No, hang on. He's only got 6 on board. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it was close. It's weird to say it's close, but I'm telling you, if he hadn't have, drawn what he had drawn at those times, then I guess you could say that about any game, though, maybe. But I think that was a little unlucky there with the draw. But again, maybe if I hadn't played that third, I don't know. You never know, really. Sometimes, do you? You can often say like, "Oh, that was a misplay," but the reality of the situation is often that. What are you playing then, rogue? Yeah, I'll go with that. I think it might be important to try and ramp up against his rogue. Yeah, the reality of the situation is you never know what order they'll play or whatever happens. That won't get backstabbed, to be fair. He could backstab and then hero power it. I'll still take that chance. I'll still take that chance, I think. Just hero power. Okay, that's works out fine for me. I think I will wild growth. Try and get a bit of ramp up. We've got a bit of removal if he does decide to chuck things down. I'll tell you a deck actually that, speaking of removal, I've been really struggling against is the aggro warrior. I've played it that much, but it's the one that kind of works via the pirates. It's super annoying. If they get the right cards at the beginning, you are just dead. There's like nothing you can do. It's really truly annoying kind of deck. I mean, if you guys watch my Hearthstone videos, you'll know my personal preference is I hate aggro decks unless they're clever aggro decks. So I quite like the discard lock because it's clever, it's risky, and it can pay off spectacularly, or you can die spectacularly. But what I hate is aggro decks where you just like drop a minion, go face, go face, go face. I think everybody hates them, to be completely honest with you. I think even the people playing them hate them. Okay, yeah, we C'Thun's chosen here, don't we? Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I was thinking I maybe could have living roots there, but that would have played into like a fan of knives very nicely, wouldn't it? I could have innovated the Twilight Elder out as well, but I think I'd maybe rather keep the innovate for something else. Having said that, rogue has pretty good removal, so playing something early probably wouldn't really help very much. So it's going to be a 5. So I mean, I think I would just hit it in the face, and then I can wrath it, hit it in the face like that, and we'll check out the Twilight Elder this time. Also, I could thin up to 11-11. Okay, good. Yeah, I just have a dislike for aggro decks. I think anybody who enjoys playing the game for a strategic point of view just hates aggro decks because they just require no thought. You drop a minion, you attack. You drop a minion, you attack. Having said that, I guess the strategy comes in trying to defeat that. And I mean, obviously they can be defeated, or else everyone would play it. Okay, this is good. He's been playing a fair amount of removal, so when my big guys come along, that seems a terrible move. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good, yeah. Okay. do here though, doesn't it really? He's going to do sap it again, or he's going to backstab it. Fair enough. And then he's going to Emperor Thorazan. And then he's going to go face. Very greedy. Okay. Now here's the question, what do we do? Deal 2, we can kill that. We don't really want to keep that in play. I don't really want to attack him in the face either, to be completely honest with you, but... Oh, is it really? That either means you've done something really good, or I did something really good, but I don't think that's the case. I could really do with some cards though, couldn't I? That one innovate there is not really too useful right now. I'll tell you what would be useful, C'Thun. I think I've spoken about this before, saying like the advantage perhaps of playing a C'Thun deck is that it may be, wowzers, he is like, he's going for the jugular here, isn't he, to be fair. Okay. I haven't got much choice here, have I really? Yeah, I think I've said before, like, the idea of keeping C'Thun works quite well because maybe your opponent is holding back on their removal, thinking, oh, I have to look out for this C'Thun. I basically really need to draw the C'Thun, which is a 1 in 19 chance, or one of my taunters. And I don't know if I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's not... He's not a taunter, to be fair. He only has to do 4 damage to me, or 3 damage. He's got enough there to kill me. Which, not unreasonable for Rogue to be able to do Eviscerate, obviously. A card. Okay, well, C'Thun or bust, I guess. Even then, I don't know if it's we were 1 card out. I think I could have survived. Well played. If I'd have drawn that C'Thun first, but such is life, you know. It would be nice to actually be able to play C'Thun. That would be really good. Rogue's always a tough matchup though when you kind of don't have much card draw, because you can often find that they're just wiping out what you've got as you play it. Play 1, it gets wiped out, play 1, it gets wiped out, and if you don't have the card draw to keep replenishing that, it can often lead you to that situation I was in there, which is you just end up with nothing left to play. Okay, I wonder if this is going to be one of those super aggro warrior decks. I'm going to keep Swipe, going to keep the Twilight Elder. Okay, Wrath could work out okay. We'll know in a minute if he plays in Zoth first, in Zoth's first mate, I think it is something like that. The one which gives him a Rusty Hook, then he's definitely, or he plays any sort of pirate, he's definitely an aggro deck. So we'll see what happens. If he plays nothing, or if he plays, well, I probably won't know till turn 2. If he just armours up now, then I don't think he's an aggro deck. But it does seem pretty popular. I have come across it a few times today. That's impossible to tell either way. We play this. Arceus will probably let us know. Okay, so I think he might be more of a control. Ah, okay. That's good. I really didn't want to play the Klaxi, but now I would be very happy if he decided to use the 3-1 against my minion there. He did. Okay, that's good. That's irrelevant. Okay, I think now's as good a time to swipe as any, really. Yeah, that seems perfectly fine there. I think that was my phone just beeping away there. Okay, so he's definitely a control variation. Now, C'Thun's Chosen might have been a better choice, but I'm going to try and perhaps run through a little bit of his removal. And at the same, because I mean the great thing about these guys is it's all mostly battle cries, so this one is the end of the turn, but ew, okay, well I can kill it, so it's not so bad. Okay, we've got 5. I think we pay the Klaxi. And I mean, to be fair, that's a fairly hard minion for him to remove. Obviously, if he's got executes, then he can do that, but okay. What's he going to do now? Okay. Execute. No. Coin. Battle Rage. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what he does now. Could see a brawl, to be fair. What's our C'Thun up to? Okay, he's mapping. It's 12-12, okay. It's the sort of thing where you're up against a warrior where the brand might be best left for the C'Thun. But we'll have to see. That's one execute gone. Good to see. It was interesting that he's decided to get rid of that. Thought he might have used the Acolyte on the Divine Shield. Interesting. Look at me with my more armour than a warrior, hey? Don't see that every day, do you? He's got a lot of cards though, hasn't he? And I only have 3, so I would imagine that he will be able to remove these fairly easily. I'd be totally fine if he dropped an execute though, because then I know his 2 main ones have gone. Is he going to hit that in the face? Okay, he is. Fair enough. It seems strange because well, we're going to draw the slime, aren't we? Obviously worried about a brawl or something like that. I would have thought he definitely 100% has a brawl. So he's going to play it. He's going to play Justicar. He's going to armour up again. Doesn't seem like the best move though, does it? now, what do I do? Do I play maybe one of these, or do I just hold back a little bit? He's got 7, I've got 4. I'm on good health right now. I think I'm going to play C'Thun's Chosen. I just want to get C'Thun up to a good level. I mean, if we draw him now, we can play and win, so you know, that's annoying. If he goes for the mummies one, that's super annoying. Okay, we need to draw C'Thun now. I said we need to draw C'Thun now. I said. Look at me with my 6 armor. I really need to draw that C'Thun. 14 cards. And this, I guess, is the issue with C'Thun decks. I did say, didn't I? The mummies would be tough. The mummies would be tough. I think we drop this. And honestly, I think we're just going to go for him. Sod it, I'm going all in. I'm going all in. I would have thought he's got a brawl now, right? It is astonishing, isn't it? That was probably a mighty mistake, but sometimes you just gotta go, like, go. Yep. If he lives, that would be amazing. It's gonna take forever, isn't it? Oh, come on. Oh, well, I got a 4. I got a 4, to be fair. But I just knew I couldn't really deal with those mummies, to be fair, so I need C'Thun now. And I need him soon. I didn't actually attack. That was a mistake. I just armoured up. He's only got 4 cards left. He's got 9 in hand. The brand was simply to buy some time. Wait, is our C'Thun actually up to 24? Okay. Yeah, he's just there to buy time. He's going to use something to remove brand. Of course you are. I wonder if I hadn't have played that dark Agroa, what would have occurred there if he'd have brawled or if he'd have traded. I wonder if what the smarter move there was. Why would you leave Bran Bronzebeard alive? Oh. That's a 48 C'Thun. Obviously he didn't get to do it, but you see my point there. Whew. Now, that game I won. See, now this is the interesting thing here, because if I had not played that, I have not gone all in on that one and tried to buy as much time as I could to draw the C'Thun, I wonder how that game would have turned out. If I'd have just gone, okay, we're just going to wait here and we're going to absorb the damage from these zombies, I wonder if it would have gone differently to how it actually did. We'll never know. That's the thing. I'll never know what cards he had. We'll never know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. As usual, it's been a pleasure. That's the C'Thun Druid, if you want to play it. To be fair, it's only got 2 legendaries, and they're both ones which you can get fairly easily. And it's a decent deck if you fancy playing it yourselves. Anyway, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. I'll catch you guys next time.